What's happening, guys? Welcome to another episode. As you can see, my co-host Chris over here, and we're joined by two boys.
Two boys. Two
What's
little
up, guys?
two little boys.
What's up, Deyuran?
Hey, how's it, guys?
Vele, talk into that mic like that.
Vele,
Yeah.
Vele, Walsh. Yeah.
You can hold it like you're singing a song, bro. So slightly, yeah.
Hello.
Or you're like standing on the cricket pitch about to do like a pre-match.
That's what it looks like. I was trying to figure out. No. I was sitting here watching you do it, and I was like, bro, that's what it looks like. A cricket mark.
Yeah.
You're about to give a whole pitch analysis, boy.
As you can see, the pitch is quite dry.
Yeah.
So what's up, guys?
Yeah. All good.
All good.
Busy.
Yeah.
Good.
This
Busy
is actually the
blessing.
first podcast I've had 4 people in the couch setup. So
Okay,
that's
sick.
new. That's pretty dope.
Nice.
This is a sick setup, eh?
Yeah.
Congrats, dude.
Thanks,
It's
bro.
really dope.
No, it's a lacquer setup.
Really
Definitely.
I don't have any Naruto ornaments over there.
But
Sorry.
you got the main man, Batman.
I
So.
got Batman. I got
You're winning,
Deadpool. I got.
Darth Vader
How
with
have I
his head
forgotten
missing.
his
What
name?
is that?
Darth Vader.
Is that how Darth Vader looks, bro?
Like,
Bro, you're sitting next to me as my co-host, and you don't even know what Darth Vader looks like.
Bro. But that's what I'm saying. I've never seen Darth Vader with his mask off.
Yeah, because you've clearly never watched Star Wars properly.
I actually haven't. I'm not gonna lie.
Really, eh?
I haven't watched Star Wars
Yo.
for shit, dude.
that new Obi-Wan one was
You see,
sick.
when people talk about that,
enjoyed
I'm
it.
like,
dude, I blank
Sick,
out, bro. I've never watched it. Star Wars, Star Trek. Sorry.
I haven't watched Star Trek. I watched Star Wars.
Star Wars.
That's my vibe.
I just couldn't get into
So for you, Vele, bro, what kind of shows? Let's talk about first cartoons growing up, and then like movies and stuff that you enjoy. What type of genre? What type of movies do you like?
So cartoons growing up, Dragon Ball Z #1, like definitely #1. Don't judge me, but Totally Spies was dope.
on SABC2, boy. See, us
that was a
DSTV
dope-ass
deprived.
show.
Us DSTV deprived.
What do you
people.
mean, bro? I only got this in grade 8. I
Dude,
bet that was after you.
No, I think I got mine like grade 11 with trick.
I got mine just because of the World Cup, literally.
Yeah, I was
Oh, I only got mine like
Grade 7.
I'm saying I got mine like 2012, bro.
Oh, hectic.
No, you were in grade 7 when it was the World Cup.
2010. I was,
Cut.
Nah, he was.
I was in
Yeah.
grade 7.
We were in grade 8.
Oh, I thought we were in grade 10.
Nah.
No, 2010 we were in grade 8.
Okay, grade 8.
You'll
Who
be
did you guys
pushing 30
support? No,
otherwise.
first let's stick on Vele. He's gonna tell us about his movies and stuff. Then D's gonna go.
Uh-huh.
Tell us about
The movies.
movies.
Growing up, Harry Potter was definitely one. Lord of the Rings was dope.
Okay, so you do still enjoy sci-fi type movies.
Yeah, no, for
so
sure.
was it
Yeah.
just Star Wars? Because
It
Star
just wasn't my vibe, bro.
Okay, because Star Wars is better than all of those, bro.
For you.
No, but you haven't watched it, bro. You can't make judgments before you.
I tried. The thing is, I did try. I tried. This is not for me.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't smoke it.
No, that's
But
fair.
that's your vibe, though. You know,
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
That's your vibe, and I
No,
respect
no, I'm all for it if you try and don't like it.
Yeah.
But when people make judgments
Yeah.
before trying,
The thing is, I wouldn't be the type to knock something if I haven't done it or tried it. You know what I mean? So it's not like I don't like Star Wars. It's just not my vibe.
okay.
And you?
No, first D, bro.
Oh, D.
Oh yeah. What favorite movies and TV shows?
Yeah, like growing up, first
Right.
TV shows. It
Yeah.
doesn't even have to be cartoons.
Yo, for me it was Codename Kids Next Door. Yeah, that was a vibe, eh? Samurai Jack. Yo, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and like 11 at night. You're like sitting there, you scared, bro.
That's the one.
That was
bro.
not supposed to be on Cartoon Network.
Dude, that thing was
that
scary.
was so scary.
And when you actually look at the plot, it's just about a dog that's scared of like people coming into your home.
Basically,
And it's always the
spirits.
weirdest situations,
Dude.
bro.
It's like literally the weirdest situations. Then the favorite movie, I actually don't know. Don't think I have one, eh?
Okay, not favorite, but what type of movies? What are your like movies that are up there?
Up there. At my current age or young age?
No.
Now. Yo, I'd have to say Moneyball.
Moneyball's good, bro.
Yeah, I like that one, yeah.
And then also The Big Short.
That was also a good one.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched them.
So
Love
you
it.
guys, because I know I am, but do you watch movies because of directors or for actors? Because I know personally, I'll see a director's work and then go, I really enjoy that movie. So then I'll go look at what other movies they've directed and then go and try watch those. And then like there's particular directors, whenever they release a movie, I'm like, I'm watching that.
Bro, it's like, what's it? Have you watched The Gentleman?
Yes.
That guy directed that
Guy
one.
Ritchie.
Brilliant, dude.
Guy
Like,
Ritchie, bro. Have you got
from the
Chris?
start.
You guys, have you watched Wrath of Man
No.
with Jason Statham?
I like
Wrath of a Man. When his son gets killed, and then
He goes into the security, the
that
drivers.
was a dope movie, bro.
How good is that? So that's
was such a
Guy
good
Ritchie.
movie.
That's the same guy that directed The Gentleman,
Gentleman, yeah.
and also King Arthur
Oh yes, yeah.
with Charlie Hunnam, the newest King Arthur. That was also cool. Guy Ritchie. I mean, he directed the Sherlock Holmes movies. I'm sure you've
Okay,
seen
I
that
watched Sherlock
yes,
Holmes,
yeah.
with
yeah,
Robert
but-
Downey Jr.
yes.
There's
Yes.
that one guy who directed the one with Margot Robbie and Brad Pitt. That new one. I don't know what it's called though. He's a famous he has like very unoriginal type movie scripts.
Quentin
Brilliant.
Tarantino.
Yes.
Yes, oh, but he's
Yes.
always been
No,
good.
so
Yeah, but he's
bro,
up there. He's
Kill
like-
Bill, amazing Quentin Tarantino movie. Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
That is. I actually want to talk to you about this, Vele, bro. Because you're the only black guy here, I have to ask you. I can't ask Chris about. Like Chris, you're white, bro. I can't ask you the question, So that's why obviously it has to be to you, Valsh.
Yeah, what's the question?
So Quentin Tarantino obviously writes and directs the movies. He uses the N word a lot. He has to obviously, but if he's right, like, have you watched Django Unchained?
Yeah, no, for
So
sure.
if he's writing for a slave period and he's writing from the white and black perspectives, obviously he has to write down the N-word and that kind of stuff, and he has to talk to the characters and say this, say that. Like, how do you feel about, someone using the word in like that situation?
in that setting.
Because, like if you're writing it and you're talking about the dialogue with the actor,
Yeah.
you kind of have to say the word to get into the actor's feelings and
Yeah.
everything. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, for me, I don't think it's offensive because it's in the art space. If you know what I mean. I feel like with art, you should be able to express how you're feeling without being judged.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't take it like offensively at all. Because at the end of the day, the message still has to go across. You can't be every time, okay, you have to say N-word, and then when he says N-word, you say N-word back. You know what I mean? It just,
Especially as an audience watching a movie, it's like of the slavery time, and then there's an old American slave. Is like, and
You
then you
N-word.
little N, and then like it won't have the effect.
it won't have the same effect. You know what I mean? I feel like me as a black person watching, I really get invested in the movie when the white guys treat, hey, you niggers, you know what I mean? With the ER at the end. It gets you invested, like you actually get hacked, you know what I mean? And
If you don't think you guys know the backstory behind that, but like apparently Leonardo DiCaprio couldn't say it. There was a point in time like he couldn't say it on set. Samuel L. Jackson.
But I can
had it.
imagine. I mean,
I
I've
can
lived
imagine
my
that.
whole
I
life
understand that.
Yeah.
not knowing I cannot say a word or shouldn't even think about saying a word.
And, now you're like,
And
all
then
of a
you
sudden-
come and you need to say it on television, and there's going to be tons and tons of people watching.
Yeah.
Apparently Samuel L. Jackson was like, bro, get your shit together.
Yeah.
He was like,
He didn't want to say it. Yeah,
He was like,
couldn't
get your
say
shit
it.
together.
He couldn't
Even
say
the
it.
one scene, if you watch it at the table, and he breaks the glass, and as he breaks the glass, he actually
He actually did cut
He
himself.
actually did cut himself, and I think he
Holy
stabbed
shit.
the chick with the blood on his hand.
Oh, my word.
No, so he goes to Kerry Washington, and then he wipes the blood down her face.
Yes, that's the scene. Yeah,
Wild.
Wild.
I would
And you, bro?
I would have been hacked.
What, same question?
Yeah, movies and
As a child, like I said, I was deprived of DSTV, bro. I only got to
At least
watch
you
it
got
when I went to my
SABC
grand's
too,
house
bro.
in Rustenburg, bro.
flicks. At least you got SABC 2, so you can get some
SABC2.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z. When I got the opportunity to watch all those Cartoon Network things, I watched those.
Yeah.
So Courage the Cowardly Dog, Codename Kids Next Door, Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah. From like 7 o'clock, Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Dude, you'd be glued, bro.
That's the thing. So that was that. As of now, I'm still a big Harry Potter fan. I can literally watch those movies and recite every single line.
100%.
That's how bad I am.
I actually had never watched Harry Potter until I was in about second year at varsity. And then I was on holiday, and there was no Wi-Fi and there was no television because we were just at the beach, like a family time. And there was a Harry Potter book, and it was the first book. So I read it. I enjoyed it so much. We went into town. I bought the second one. And then on that holiday, I read those 2 books. Then the moment I got home, I watched the first 2 episodes, or the first 2 movies, whatever you want to call it. They are called episodes when it's like a 7-part series or whatever.
Yeah,
Some of them call
those
it
could be
episodes, like,
episodes.
Anyway, yeah. So
Back it.
I watched the first 2, then I read the 3rd book, watch the 3rd movie, read the 4th book, watch the 4th movie. It was quite cool, like reading the book and then immediately after finishing the book, and I'd read it in like 3 days. Because I was on holiday, I was just like, this is so cool. I'm just enjoying it so much. And then I watched the movie, read the book, watch the movie,
Yeah, but
read
that's
the
how
book,
it
watch
should
the
be
movie.
done. Though. That's how you meant to actually do
Actually
it.
do it. Well, the
Read,
book
because
was
the
made
book
first.
gave more detail than what the
100%.
movie did. Movie that cut out.
But books
cut
are
time.
always better in terms
Yeah.
of detail.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Which was your guys' favorites?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. I always seem to go lean towards Goblet of Fire, bro.
Goblet of Fire was
Really?
I just enjoyed the challenges.
I like the
stuff.
second one, just because it had
Which
that
was
like
Chamber of
Chamber of
Secrets.
It's had that like the dingy vibe.
Yes.
It was a very dark movie.
Yeah, it was a very dark.
It was a
one.
very dark, and I think like what they did with
I
the
feel like-
snake and everything.
Yeah, I feel like they
Yeah.
should go more into that Slytherin story. Like it was like a dope
It will
plot.
probably come about at
I
some
hope so,
stage
yeah.
because I mean the new Cursed Child is coming out now.
I'm
Was it-
so keen for that.
But did you guys watch all those other ones, the prequels that they
Yeah,
made?
Fantastic
The newer
Beasts.
I couldn't get
prequels.
into it.
I also couldn't,
I
bro.
couldn't get, it just wasn't the same. I tried to watch it and I was just like,
I know. I watched those.
it's not hitting the
religiously,
spot.
I found
It's not
that
hitting
guy cringe. I'm not gonna cap it.
It's just because of his attitude. Like he's such a limp guy.
Who, which guy?
Yeah. The main actor in Fantastic Beasts.
Going
Yeah.
into that,
Whatever his name.
why
is.
is Hollywood or whatever making all these male characters so soft deliberately? Like every lead on now in a series is like an old dumb guy. Every lead, so like they're kind of trying to paint this narrative where men are weaker or men are dumb.
Yeah.
If you look at most series, that's what they're doing. The man is always weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a
I
tough
don't know.
it's a tough one to think about, eh? I haven't actually given it much thought. But I think it also comes from I think it's the same narrative of society pushing it's okay to be fat. I think it's like a similar agenda. And I feel like how can I put this? I feel like they're trying to make it seem like it's okay for a man to be weak and for a woman to be strong.
So I watched a video where I don't know if I would completely agree with it or know if it's that hectic. But basically it was a video where the guy was saying, who fights the wars? It's mostly men who fight wars. Who are the ones that have more testosterone and will probably fight back if there's injustice or they don't like what's going on? Men.
Yeah.
So they're making men weaker so that they can, and there's obviously a lot of men and women trying to make this control. So it's not like all women ever are trying to control, but they're just trying to soften strong men that fight back and, don't agree with what's happening. Which I don't know if it is that much in depth, but it, makes sense.
I think the main thing now is just like they're pushing. I don't know if it's because the feminist movement is so big nowadays. They're pushing a lot of lead female roles, a lot of lead roles
Yeah.
to females, which is
It's a thing.
it's a thing. I mean, I'm not against it at all,
No.
but it comes down to what you said as well. It's like, who's going to most likely be at war? It's going to be men.
So like I'm all for equality, obviously.
For sure, 100%,
But don't
100%.
go and like there's this one Disney cartoon that they've made now.
She-Hulk.
It's I don't know what it's called.
Not She-Hulk, eh?
Huh?
Was it She-Hulk, that one?
No. So no, that was terrible as well. But that was
It was bad. That's what you said. I was like, look at it.
that was more. I didn't even finish watching it.
I
but
didn't even watch
stopped.
it. That's-
So
that's
more what
bad.
was bad about the CGI and all of that was bad.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, but I feel like I'm
Because
cutting-
we've seen a
cutting you
woman
out.
with bigger biceps than us. That's why we're like, yeah, it's
don't
cut.
mind that.
That chick's biceps are huge.
I don't
The
mind.
CGI was just cringe. That
Yeah,
was
no,
really-
Yeah,
I
the
never
quality,
watched it,
the
so I don't
quality
know.
of
It
CGI was bad.
For Marvel, it was bad.
No,
Where was I going with that?
You were saying you were going on a show that you watched. It was very feminine. We had a lead feminine role.
Oh no! So this Disney movie.
Yeah, the Disney.
Yeah, Disney.
movie.
Yeah, so basically, there's this little boy who's like 8. And then there's this moment where you can see he turns out gay. Or you can see he's going to be gay because he's looking at a boy and he's interested in him.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do with the plot. It had nothing to do with anything that goes on in the story.
They just added it.
Why have that? They're just trying to have that to paint the picture that,
He was gay.
that he was gay. But there's no
I think
need
that's
to
fine.
try paint that picture.
Oh, I feel you.
Like that has no part of the plot.
I feel
Actually,
you.
you guys watched what Stranger Things
Yes.
in the season 5.
When he's in the car.
He's in the car. Like it was a direct. Like you could tell immediately that he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not against
Which is,
that.
yes, you
I'm not
see,
against it at all. Though.
being gay and putting like a gay couple on television, whatever, fine.
100%.
But don't allude to something that has no point in it at all
In the
to
story,
try
in the
influence kids.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's because that's influencing kids.
Mm.
I mean, an 8-year-old watching that, their brain isn't even 10th developed of what it needs to be
crazy.
to
And
be
then
able to
they
make
get-
one
yeah.
of those decisions
Yeah.
if you're gay or not.
like being a
Yeah.
parent right
Like
now.
yes, you might say but I mean, I still don't know what I want to do with my life. No one knows what they want to do with their life until your brain is fully developed. And even after,
Even
it's
after
the
that,
age of
yeah.
25, everyone's constantly changing. So yes, allow people to experience that, but don't force it onto people. Like yes, have shows where gay relationships are inclusive, but don't force it onto people. But it's the same way how, you know, before the podcast, we were talking about how they were painting the narrative of the white man in power. Back in the day, bro. Like all the movies,
100%.
all the series is like, there was maybe like one token black guy in the series.
Yeah.
And that was just to be slightly inclusive.
Yeah.
But that's not reality. Real life is most of the time a bunch of cultures mixed together.
No, for sure.
Look at this podcast. We got a Scottish. No, I'm joking. I don't even know what you are, bro.
Fucking Scottish. Shit, I've probably got about that much blood of Scottish in me.
I didn't know you're Scottish, bro.
I
I
didn't know
was so
that.
shook right now.
Eh?
I was
You
so
thought I was
shook.
Scottish?
No, I didn't know you were
Okay,
Scottish.
good,
Not
that's
even
I
fine.
feel
a
like
little bit.
just
Half
half
Afrikaans.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
that's
Judging me straight
So
away.
you're half
That's
Afrikaans and half white.
There's a bit of Scottish blood in me, and that's about
So
as
I
far
was
as it
just
stems,
guessing, bro. So I was close.
It's more Afrikaans.
Okay.
I think it's a
Oh,
lot. I
okay.
think
And
it's
then there
I think
is
it's a lot
pure
more.
soap peel, my bro.
Kieran's Scottish, but like you can
See,
tell.
Kieran,
Yeah,
but
you can
Kieran's got the skin complexion for that.
Yeah.
I'm snowflake from here, but here and here I go brown. So obviously, that must be some form of Afrikaans gene in me. Scottish, you pale all
Pale,
over.
bro, yeah.
I've never seen Kieran Brown unless he's on stage, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's more Scottish. There you can understand the blood.
Bro, I
wild-
remember,
that's a
speaking
wild
of
take.
skin color, bro, I remember when we went to Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
And it was me, you, Kimran, and Assad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And none of you guys wanted to go in the sun.
Yeah. It's hot, bro.
I know, but I'm a white guy. I'm like, I'm a white guy. And I'm like, I want to go tan. I want to try to get dark. And you guys are like, no, 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 I'm not going in the
But
sun.
that's like one of the girls at school the other day did substitution for one of the classes. And one of the grade 9 girls, she comes in strolling in the class with this Ozzy Osbourne, listen to me. Some Australian nature guide kind of guy with this hat on. So I say to her, what's the reason for the hat? She says, no, sir. I don't want to go darker. I'm like, but we're in class, yeah, but I have to always be, I need to make sure.
Just in case.
Just in case.
The lights can
control.
come
to make
through.
sure.
Yeah. Hey, bro. I
It's
was
a
lighter
genuine
than this, bro.
struggle.
Cricket.
Like interracial dating,
Yeah?
like that dynamic plays out because like you're dating a girl who's of opposite color, and they want obviously like as you just said now, like,
in the sun.
when they want to be in the sun.
Yes.
I'm like I don't want to be in the sun. Like,
So you also don't want to be in the
I
sun?
also,
No,
bro,
yeah,
I don't
fair
wanna be-
enough.
I don't want to be like
Yeah.
just
Fair
showing
enough.
like being looking Sri Lankan.
That's what
and-
umbrellas are. That's what umbrellas are for, bro.
No, exactly. Yeah.
well, that is me walking an umbrella.
Nah, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Like, I don't want to get darker, to be honest. Like, I got darker from cricket. Like, I didn't put on sunscreen. And then, you know what I mean? So I saw myself get darker throughout the years. You know, the school photos. Just
And
like,
that's when you stopped
shade.
cricket and you were like,
I
no more,
stopped
I'm
cricket.
done.
I was like, nah, I'm grand. Saturday
Oh my
mornings.
gosh.
Remember those Saturday mornings you wake up,
50
bro?
overs. Yeah, boy.
50 overs. You know you're out there the whole day. I'm like, nah, not for me, man.
And you, bro, like family heritage?
Family heritage. My mom is Zulu, and then my dad is Venda. So it's like a pretty good.
And like their parents were also
Also Venda.
South African, though.
South African.
Yeah.
Aren't those like two, look, I don't know much
pure.
about African culture, but aren't those two like two extreme African?
Very extreme.
Like I know vendors are hectic.
Hectic, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
And
like
Zulus can
very
also be
strong.
hectic. Yes.
Two very strong
Okay.
cultures.
Because I'm pretty
Very,
sure I
very
overheard
strong
the kids in
cultures.
class speaking about that.
But you were, I can't even
Nice.
speak. You were born in Durban, right?
Born in Durban, yeah.
Okay.
I was born in Durban. Moved here in 2000.
So was that with your mom's side of the family? That
mom's side of the family? So that's why I speak mostly Zulu.
Okay.
But I think from the ages when
Bro,
I
this
from
is a podcast. Some people probably listening to your voice. They don't even know you're black. You know, in South
Yeah.
Africa.
And think
in South
about it.
Africa.
So from when I started talking to when I got to preschool, I only knew how to speak Venda.
Hectic.
That's all I knew how to what to speak.
Yeah.
At school, they had.
So
they
were
had-
you doing vendor in school, like maths, English?
No. I mean, that was like at home, obviously.
Oh.
From when I started, when I was like small. From when I started speaking up until when I first like got to preschool. And they told my parents, "Your homeboy needs to speak English. He's not understanding what's he's not understanding what's going on." So that's when my father spoke English to me straight, and we
Okay.
still speak English to each other now. It was just that dynamic, and then obviously Zulu, like you in KZN, bro, you can't
You
just
have
go
to.
there and then Dimacheroni and then Zulu always like, "Mm, dog, what the fuck are you saying, bro? Get the
He
fuck
walks
out
in there, guy. How's it, Excel? My name's Vels. They're gonna look at you and they're gonna. Hey, you've done it before. It didn't work out well, eh?
The looks.
Nah, it's a thing, eh?
Right.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, something not working for you back in Joburg. Jeepers.
How are they with that? Like when you did that in that interaction, were they kind of like don't change and like become
No, I did it
white
as a joke, bro.
or
I
no?
did
But
it
how
as-
would they be? You know, like your
it's
family.
just like, oh, my family.
Like if you had to come back and you like had forgotten to speak Zulu and all that because you've only been speaking English, would they be touched?
I think they definitely would be touched. I think prime example was when my hair was relaxed.
Yeah, I saw photos of that. that old
I think that was a
days,
prime
yeah.
example. I think a lot of people had an issue with that.
Yeah.
Like, dog, come on, just be natty. You know what I mean? But for me, I didn't see it as trying to be white or anything.
Yes,
I
yeah.
just thought it suited me. I thought I looked good.
Yeah, that I also thought you looked good, boy.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it suited
It wasn't a fact thing of I'm trying to be white.
Yeah.
I think I look good with this hairstyle. I'm gonna fucking.
I think people will push whatever idea they want. in the
100%,
situation.
100%. So I learned to just block it out. To be
Yeah,
honest, just
okay.
do your own thing, bro.
Yeah, people are gonna hate you no matter what. So.
Dude, they will talk if you're doing good or bad. You might as well do what you want.
But that's also not a particularly black culture thing for them not to want to change. It's the same as every culture.
Yeah.
Every culture, when like a younger one moves to a different place where maybe there's different cultures, you learn lots of new things and lots of
100%.
different things, and then you come back being slightly different. But I mean, isn't that what's special about humanity? Is that something from Deyuran's culture, something from Vele's culture, something from Chris's Scottish culture I can take and I can pass on to my kids, and like something that I think is really cool. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I really like that from the Zulu culture. I really like that. And you take it and you take those, you know, whatever those things that you've
Facts.
taken and you pass them
Facts.
on and you implement those in your like that's cool, bro.
I think that's the beauty of South Africa is like in general. We have like the privilege of getting to know so many other people's cultures that other countries may not have the opportunity to do so. I feel like if you're in England, bro, it's just English, dog.
Yeah.
Well, think about America.
America's also quite.
America's also like
It's
South Africa, but I think it's
I think in London as well.
a lot of I think it's a
Yeah.
lot of well-established countries coming together. Where in South Africa, it's you know a poorer environment
No, for
because
sure.
obviously it's not a first world country. So there's people that are far less exposed to other cultures, and
No,
then
for
coming
sure.
together, it's even cooler because you haven't seen it before, and it becomes so amazing for you.
Yeah, I feel like also in South Africa there's more togetherness, whereas in America it's like okay, the Mexicans are here,
Yes.
you know, the Chinese are here, it's
Yeah,
China, like
yeah.
fucking Chinatown, fuck Chinatown, you know what I mean? And then you get like the hood, like, you know
The
what I mean?
hood, boy.
The hood, you know what I mean? So I feel like in America it's a
Yeah.
little bit more segregated, and it's not like here, bro. We
Yeah,
all-
it's everywhere.
like, we
every,
all
yeah.
live- you know what I mean?
Yes.
We all live here. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Okay.
There's not like okay, obviously there are parts of town that are particularly one race.
No, for
think
but
sure.
that's
but like you know these kind of areas, like maybe your outer skirts type
Yeah.
places, like your farms or your like small towns, like
No,
those
for
kind of
sure,
things.
for sure.
More of the same people mixed together. But we're here, obviously. I mean, there's tons of different cultures.
Yeah.
You think it's
mixing.
based off income?
Yeah, it's like income inequality more.
Well, I
than,
mean, there's a ton of rich farmers that are also just surrounded by
Yeah.
white farmers,
Yeah.
and they're making lots of money. So, like, yes,
but I think
I think that there's two reasons. I think it's because a lot of them make so much money they don't want to leave, and a lot of them that they don't make money, so they want to leave.
also you want to stay by your investments as well. You don't want to leave
Yeah.
that thing there.
Yeah.
Because like if you also think about Aldos, you think about
Yeah.
colours.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Lens, for example.
Yes.
Very
You know what I
privileged,
mean?
not in these,
Yeah.
So it's like we do have those areas where it's like predominantly okay one color, but I feel like we also have a lot of areas which is just
Yeah.
together. You know?
And what's better? Because obviously, in those areas where, let's say, it's just a group of colors or just a group of white farmers, whatever, if you're still exposed to other cultures and you're not racist, you're happy with, if, let's say, I'm a farmer and a black family moves into a farm and starts
Yeah.
farming sheep as well, I'm cool with that. But you stay with that, but you're exposed to others and you're not racist and you're happy with it. And or if you're obviously in a place with more cultures and you're happy with it, like what do you think would be better? Is it always just better to be with different cultures?
I think it's always better to be with different cultures. It keeps your mind open,
Yeah.
stimulated as well. I feel like
yeah, I think if you, because I mean, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. So if all of the white people around me think a certain way, I'm going to start going that certain way because
100%.
everyone Like it's pack mentality.
100%. Nah, facts. Yeah, I think it's 100% better to be with other cultures and stuff. I think it keeps you like open-minded. You know what I mean? And you're also learning. Like
It's
learning.
good for networking, like business. You meet different people.
And that's what's cool
And,
because
yeah.
you'll meet, let's say, a Jewish guy and they work in a particular way. Then you'll meet a Nigerian and they'll work in a particular way.
Yeah.
And then you could be like, yo, that's cool. I'm going to try implement, those
Put it together.
Nigerian type business strategies or those Jewish type thought processes or, the cunning old white man that, doesn't allow nonsense. But also so does the old black man as well, you know?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how many movies and shows has there been an old black man that's like super strict and like really harsh
Like
on his
hard.
kids?
Like, hey, shut the fuck up, man. What the hell you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch Boondocks?
Yeah. Yeah. Loved it. Yeah. Granddad.
Yeah.
No, I loved it.
So I want to ask you another question, bro. Just to stay on race and that kind of stuff. I don't know if we've discussed it. I think we might have, but it's not like they know. Or it wasn't a podcast, so they might know. Maybe that one person will remember.
Yeah.
So, have you watched Tropic Thunder?
Tropic Thunder. No, I haven't.
Oh, they're
Who
not.
acts in that?
Ben Stiller, Robert Downey
yes,
Jr.
I've seen the whole thing about
So
it.
Robert Downey Jr.
Blackface.
acts as a white guy, as a white character. So he's an actor in the movie, obviously.
Yeah.
So he's a double actor basically. And this actor is doing blackface. How do you feel about a white actor acting as someone who's acting in blackface? So he isn't as the character doing it, or he isn't Robert Downey Jr. doing it.
No, for sure. He's just acting as a black.
Yes.
For me,
But he's acting as an actor who is doing it.
acting as an actor.
Yeah, because in the movie,
That's a lot of thought.
him as a character is an
I get you.
actor.
Oh, so he's an actor, and then he acts as blackface.
Yes.
And if that's the case, if he's the white guy in the movie doing blackface, it's art.
And also, it's not like
Art. Like it's
like what? Okay, no.
You
You,
know
see how White Chicks was black guys
Acting
dressing up as
chicks.
white
Yeah.
girls.
White girls,
He
yeah.
wasn't doing it that direct either.
Yeah.
So he was an actor acting as an actor doing it.
Yeah.
And he was preparing for a role.
No, I feel like that's 100%. If white chicks is okay, that also has to be okay.
Equality.
It's the same like concept because they were also black guys in the movie.
Yeah.
But they acted.
But what about
as-
those people who be like, no, black people have been previously repressed and segregated.
It's art,
Don't
bro.
they deserve
It's
to
for
be
the
treated?
enjoyment of the audience? Like we all like. I'm sure it was a good movie. Probably enjoyed. I forgot what it was called. I'm sure you
Tropic
enjoyed
Thunder.
it. Yeah, Tropic Thunder.
And it was good, bro, because there was also a black guy in the show, obviously, who was calling him out for doing it.
Dude,
So a guy in the movie called
Yeah.
out the actor doing it in the movie.
well, dude, I feel like that's fine. That's dope. Like even without the black guy,
But they
calling
couldn't
him
make
out.
that today.
Nah, a lot of the movies that were made in the 2000s and when we were growing up,
Yeah.
I don't think you could make. Dude, Rush Hour, fuck me,
Yes.
that was racist. Probably one of the most racist movies ever. Like,
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. If they did that now, I heard they're releasing Rush Hour 4. I don't know how they're going to do it now.
That's going to be soft.
It's gonna be so
it's gonna be
soft.
soft.
It's gonna be so soft. Like I mean, I remember like one line Chris Tucker would be like, "Well, Lee, where are you? All of you look alike." You know what I mean? Like I was like, "That's racist."
Like I was watching a show called Arrested Development, but in the show they're racist about everyone, racist about white people as well. So like it's kind of just all round race, like stereotypical, like a black person will do something stereotypical, a white person will do something stereotypical, or an Asian person will do. So this one joke, they were like, she was holding up a piece of paper and they were showing it to like an Asian lady, and they were like, "How's she gonna see it?" And they're like, "No, she's squinting always anyway." And like tuning out or calling out a particular trait of a culture is essentially what racism is, and making a joke of it. But they made a joke of it, but then they also make a joke about white people and black people. So
yeah,
how is it? Because also as white guys, we have always been the majority. So for you two, how is it? Obviously, you've kind of answered that already, Vele. But how is it for you two, like when white guys are racist towards your particular group, but they're racist to everyone else as well, including themselves?
nah. If it's like that, it's like nah. There's no
Because as
need.
you said, it's art.
Oh, you mean
Because
like
comedy.
in a general setting?
No,
Like-
no, no, no.
Oh, you
on,
mean?
like stage, like
Oh, on
Joe
stage.
Rogan doing a comedy stand-up show.
Oh, dude, that's like it's like finding the light side out of it. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Kevin Hart as well. Like,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, if he's
Eddie Mur-
racist
if you-
towards Asians, if he's racist to white people, he's racist
Trevor
to
Noah.
black people.
Trevor Noah is the perfect example as
Yeah.
well. Like, if you go back as well, if you watch Eddie Murphy's shows,
Oh, he was
And
he was
Chris
good.
Rock.
He was very good. Yeah.
those oaks were like
Well, they went
hectic.
in, bro.
Like Bernie Mac as well.
Yeah.
I've watched some of his shows. I was like, that's hella racist, but it was fucking funny.
So who's your favorite stand-up comedian ever? Like from shows on Netflix or something that you've watched or anywhere.
I like that. What's that British joke? Not Michael McIntyre.
Not Ricky Gervais.
No. There was that. I forgot his name now. Pommy guy as well.
Yeah, I think I know
Skinny
what you're talking
dude.
about.
I forgot his name, but dude, any good comedy I'll enjoy. Like I enjoyed the Trevor Noahs, bro. I genuinely enjoyed it. People
bro.
like I used
The
to
first
put it
couple,
on,
bro.
and I had people be like, "It's the biggest letter cuck ever." I'm
I read
like, bro,
people are doing that because
this oak
someone's
is a
from
beast.
South Africa is
Yes.
succeeding on such a high level that people hate on him, bro.
Like
Why
I
be that? Why do
loved his shows. I thought he was brilliant.
was fun. I thought it was so
Didn't-
funny.
honestly, it's
No, but he's brilliant. Like, who
Brilliant.
gets to that level if they're not brilliant? Just because they're South
100%.
African, don't hate on them because they're South African.
Right, he left the Daily. He left. Like, he chose to leave.
Yeah.
And I mean, I saw on Facebook today, they made a post, he's got like $16 million worth of cars.
Jeez.
no, he's rolling in the dough there in
No,
America.
he's made it.
boy.
So how can you hate on the guy?
You can't hate.
Right.
Obviously, what he's doing is right.
I also like the art of his comedy. You can see that it takes time and learning the cultures.
And,
Yeah.
and he's a smart guy,
He doesn't
bro.
just make a joke.
Intellectual.
Like
very-
his jokes have like a meaning
Meaning.
to it, a delivery
yes,
to it.
no, I agree.
Yeah.
And for me, it's also like here, there, and everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
he'll
Yeah.
tune the black chicks, like, hey, the dots on your, you know what I mean? And then
Yes.
the white chicks has, you know what I mean?
No, he's got a thing for everyone. But the only problem I've had with him of recent is when obviously he went to America, all his jokes that he started doing were all about American politics. Like he
On the Daily Show, though, that's expected.
yeah, no, on the Daily Show I fully get that. But it just seemed like even after that, because he came back here and he did a show, and people that went to the show also like mentioned, you know, he'll speak
okay,
about
yeah, no,
South Africa,
fair.
but then he brings in a lot of American politics, and I mean, as South Africans, I don't
have-
think we honestly give a shit about
we have
what the
our own
American-
problems.
We've got bigger problems to worry about
We got our
than
own shit.
Joe Biden and Donald Trump having
That's crazy,
wars.
though.
We've got to
Even though
worry
we
about
have-
Cyril, bro.
Even though we have these problems, like guys like Andrew Tate and all these guys,
Yeah.
somehow still become such a big thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
no.
crazy.
But that's because they got global reach, bro.
yeah, like
reach.
proper
Global
global
reach.
reach. What's your guys' take on that all?
But like
That whole
Andrew
thing?
Tate.
Yeah,
I was wondering how someone was going to segue into that.
Yeah.
Because we,
He just did it like a champion,
we were
bro.
planning on it and I was waiting to see how it was going to segue in and you did it, bro.
That
Yeah,
was
what
Zidane
you
vision right
Quality
there, bro.
through
That was
ball.
quality
Yeah.
through ball. The one you see from the stand.
Well, you tell us your view first, bro, since
Oh,
you posed
shit.
the question.
I don't know. My view is that a lot of his stuff is very extreme.
Yeah.
So like, you got to take it who's watching it. So
Yes.
who's engaging with. So most of it are kids.
Yeah.
You're telling a kid your woman's your property. They're gonna believe that.
Yes.
They're gonna say it's TikTok. It must be real. It's how I treat a woman.
Facts.
They see the cars. They see the lifestyle. They say if I perpetrate this lifestyle, I'm gonna be Andrew Tate.
Yes.
Just not bold.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with it. But I do think a lot of it, if you look at it, just take a step back and you look at what he's saying. There's a lot of stuff that what he said was right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just
Okay.
For
So
me, it was just his delivery. A lot of the stuff he says is true. It's just the way he delivers his message.
Okay. Okay. So yes, he's influencing people's decisions. Basically, do you guys disagree with a person that sells weed?
What do you mean disagree?
Do you say no? That's wrong to sell weed,
No.
No.
and are they not influencing people and helping people make decisions that maybe aren't going to be the best for them?
For me, it's like no one pushes you to go buy weed. No one's like, hey dog. Go.
Yeah, but the guy that's providing the service,
The guy that's providing the service is trying to make ends meet.
and is Andrew Tate not trying to make ends meet?
100%. 100%. That's
So
what I'm saying.
how can you disagree with one but agree with the other?
For me, no, I'm saying like I understand why he's done it that way.
So then,
I understand
doing
why.
that way essentially can't be wrong in your eyes if you're okay with someone selling weed.
I don't think it's wrong. I
No,
just disagree with these some of his views. That's
Yeah.
about it.
I don't
No,
think
the
it's wrong.
views.
Oh, yeah.
Disagree with the
Yeah,
views.
Yeah.
and his
Fine.
delivery. And for
Yeah,
me, it's just his
but
the
that's
tone.
what I'm talking about. The delivery.
Uh-huh.
He is delivering it in a way to influence kids.
Oh yeah.
He's smart
Yeah.
about how he's delivering
He's
it.
delivering in a way that pushes
It's gonna
him,
get attention.
that pushes him
Yes.
to that algorithm.
Yeah.
So
'Cause if
he's doing
delivering
something
it-
to get his message across
Like, think
better.
of it. If he's got a soft guy who's just standing there like, no, don't say this to girls. You're not gonna watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got a guy with glasses, got top G music playing. He's literally-
Driving Bugattis.
Yeah, he's literally a marketing genius. That's what he's
100%.
doing.
What is top G music? I don't know what
don't
top G music.
I had a child that wrote in his essay the other day that he was top G as well. Then I looked at him in class and I was like,
That must be so
"You
funny,
what?
bro.
Top G." I'm
Well, how
like,
did he write about himself?
bro, no, bro. So it's one of the boys that I dearly enjoy in my class. He's a naughty little oak, but he's got good banter. So he pops up. This whole essay is about him playing cricket, making it in the cricketing world. So I'm like, sweet, good life ambition. I enjoy it. Then he mentions as he got scored all his runs, everyone started shouting top G, top G. And I'm just like, bro, how do you go from you doing so well in a cricket match to now all of a sudden you Andrew Tate and you've got a Bugatti? I'm like, bruh.
Vision.
But yeah, that's obviously some form of vision, but it's just, I'm just like, him and I haven't had the full on discussion, but I know he was actually chirping one of the female teachers about Andrew Tate because he loves Andrew Tate. That's like his role model. He's 15 years old, bro. And he said to one of the female staff members was like, she doesn't like his viewpoints, which you can obviously understand. And he had this whole debate with her. I'm still yet to have the debate with him, but I don't think he's going to try it with me because I'm just going to be like, bruh, shut up. But yeah, that's...
And I mean, that's his audience, bro.
But 15 years old, but
That's
and
his
Oak
audience.
loves him. That's his
Look,
icon.
I
And
think
I'm just
in a-
like...
in a world where feminism's pushed, it's
Yeah.
good to have a good masculine figure out
Yes.
there. I think
It's got
you
to
know,
be
like
balance.
right now, I don't think
Balance.
people realize like how much men have also dropped the ball.
Yeah.
As much as we can push this feminist thing, there's a reason why feminism has gone to a point where it's gone to.
Yeah.
You look at corporate ladders, there's a lot of female people, a lot of females
Yes.
rising up the ladders.
Yeah.
It's not because they want females, that some females are just that good at their
Yeah.
job.
100%.
And a lot of men have dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Like literally, you go to universities, look at graduates. Mostly females are graduating nowadays.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I'm glad that he's there because he's actually saying to men, get your shit together and start doing
In that
stuff.
way.
You see, there's certain things where he's like, if you are sad, go work out, see how you feel afterwards. If you are feeling overweight, diet and see what happens. So there's a lot of good things that he's just saying, like, you are responsible for
100%.
yourself. Get yourself together.
That's
No
what
one's
I'm
going to
to do.
come and save you and help you.
Yeah.
Like, the world is a dark place.
It is a
You
dark
might be
place,
sheltered now, but, you know, if something's coming, you need to be prepared. You need to be a man.
Yeah, like,
I think the main thing as well, it's like, how do I put this? Like equality is obviously a good thing. If two people are doing the same job, male and female, you should
Yeah.
be paid the fucking same.
Exactly.
Should be paid the fucking same. You know what I mean? But there are some other things where it's like we biologically just not equal. It's just not gonna happen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's like, for example, I think Spain now have passed this new law about menstrual leave or something. And as guys, you have to understand, like, I'm not getting that leave, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's okay, you know? But yeah, Andrew Tate.
yeah.
I think Andrew also, all he does with his delivery is it, you know, delivered in such a way and using certain language to generate emotion.
Yeah.
He's trying to get people to be like, yo, this guy's hectic. I really like, because everyone's too scared to say something.
Yes.
So he's just being that person that's not afraid to be hated by saying something hectic. And either people are really liking it and they're sharing it, or people are like sharing it because they say how hectic it is. You know, how can a guy be saying this? So they share it. Either way, he's going
views.
viral.
Yeah.
Views. It's all about the views, bro.
I mean, the main thing is just like as a man, take care of your stuff, get
Yeah.
your shit together, try build wealth.
100%.
I think before he came on, like Fortnite was the thing. I'm not against gaming.
No, but it's
Not at all against
true.
gaming.
But it's
Not at
true.
all.
It's a valid
But
point.
like,
yeah.
if you, what ROI are you getting on that? It's like
Yeah.
you could put that time into something. You can build something. You say
Yeah.
you're building it in a virtual world.
Yep.
Obviously, it's different now if you're a top gamer who's
No,
like
yeah.
Johnny James or
Getting
something,
racks,
making
yeah.
racks off it.
Yeah.
But this guy came in at the right time, and
Yeah.
I can already see like, okay, now 15-year-old doing that, like, yeah, that's a bit extreme.
That's the thing, bro.
But there are some positives to it.
Yeah.
I just think
positive
people
and
need to keep
negatives.
an open mind to these things as well.
I feel
You
like
think
Andrew
that-
Tate has got the same influence that Ziz had when we were like
Yeah, with regards to gym wise.
Yeah, and Ziz essentially was out there partying with his shirt off around a bunch of girls.
100%.
So he was also telling his story in a way that was controversial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts. And now we, like, at a point in time, have taken our shirts off at a draw. You know what I mean?
But you know, yeah, absolutely.
This is a bit extreme one. That guy was doing cocaine.
yeah, no, obviously. But you didn't see
Yeah,
it. Like,
no.
you didn't see
You
it.
didn't know about
You
it
didn't
until
know
he
about
died.
it.
I know.
Didn't know about
The
it
worst part is
100%.
when you knew about him, like until after the death.
Until after
How
his
crazy
death,
is
yeah.
that? Like he
He
didn't
only
even
went
exist.
he didn't get to experience his own fame.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, because he blew up after he died.
After he died.
This was video I watched the other day. It's crazy. It's like completely off topic.
Mm.
But his girlfriend cheated on him 3 days after his death. Or slept with another guy 3 days after his death.
3 days
She
after.
didn't cheat, bro.
Well, she didn't cheat, but like it was
She
like
didn't cheat, but she
was like-
moved on like
she
that.
moved on like that. Yeah,
That's wild.
it was wild.
Still
Like,
not
that's-
cheating.
His brother made
No,
a
no,
whole
no, it's
video
not
on
cheating.
it. It's not
It's-
cheating. But his brother made a whole
it's-
video. I
it's-
was like, this
She
is wild.
obviously has like no emotion.
I wouldn't even say she's wrong. It's just very frowned upon.
Yeah, it's not wrong. What she did, no, but it's true. She moved on very
She moved
quickly.
on
There's
very-
nothing wrong with that. That's your own
Nothing
personal.
wrong with
But
That's
in
how you heal.
societal terms, it's like,
Hey,
that
dog.
chick's crazy.
Like, that's wild. For someone to
wild.
move on that quickly.
Well, she probably this clearly wasn't giving her a good time then. Serious, bro. You think I'm joking? He probably,
that's a-
he
no,
probably,
facts. That's fair.
he
Craving it.
probably wasn't
Craving a good time.
doing justice. So she was like, "Well, I need to go get justice done."
Yeah.
100%. Still wild though.
Still wild.
Very
Yeah.
She was crying at the funeral probably.
So be it.
Like, yeah, she's probably, dude, the funeral hasn't happened. It's 3 days,
She
dog.
was,
Like,
she was crying his
But
name
none of
and
the
mourning someone
youngsters
else's
now
name.
even knows this was, bro.
nah.
Yeah. It's
Like, I'll speak to a younger person, I'll be like, do you remember Ziz? They're like, who's Ziz?
Who's this? Yeah. No, they know nothing about him.
Now it's just normal,
That's
bro.
that is actually. Do you know what? That is a genius idea. We can go to gym one day, since we train with half of Trinity Rampart Ridge. So I rate we can go to gym and we'll take a mark and we walk around and be like, "Who's this? Who do you look up to in the bodybuilding world?"
Most likely is culture.
Like I would love to know who like these oaks as grade 11s.
I think it's like what David laid, Chris Bumstead's like.
Okay,
Chris
they're all
Bumstead's
C-Bum
like-
fans.
Yeah,
100%.
C-Bum, bro.
C-Bum.
Like that guy was just.
All
yeah.
of them are C-bum. I think
He's like the Ziz,
Massive.
but just the ginormous
Yeah.
version.
He's
of
like
it.
the
Also more chill.
clean cut.
clean cut Ziz.
Literally, yeah, the
Yes.
king.
Yeah.
There you go. You see, so they probably will tell you they'd look.
But
Like,
Ziz was way more arrogant.
Way
Yeah,
more.
way
way
more.
more.
Way more.
Like, Sibam's humble, bro.
no, he's
Bum's
chill.
also a good businessman. Like shit, dude, that guy is just like I don't know how he does a prep, runs a business, and
But
looks
that's the
better.
thing. But that's the thing, dude. But
like
but you see,
balance.
but that's like the whole
Balance.
that whole stigma of, you know, bodybuilders only do bodybuilding. They only prep for show, do their show, and then they're done
Yeah.
for the next year until the next show.
Like
But then you look at him and
yeah.
you're like, yo, this guy's got his Get Raw nutrition. He's
Yeah.
got his bum clothing apparel, and also that young. I think he's big with that young LA
Yeah.
brand as well.
Well, I mean, bro, look
Dude,
at
the
Phil,
oak
Phil,
craft.
bro.
You're full.
Phil ran companies and did all of that
Yeah.
stuff. So did Jake Cutler. So
Yeah.
did, I mean, all of them, to be able to maintain those lifestyles, they have to make tons of
Flex
money.
Lewis as well. Flex Lewis as well. I mean, he's done with
Sean
it.
Roden.
Sean
I mean, all
Roden,
those
yeah.
oaks. I mean, if you look at Paul Dillett, bro, that guy was a big bodybuilder. Then he went into WBFF.
Yeah, that thing became a huge success. I mean, now it's like gone now in SA. It's not so much a thing. I don't know
But that
about overseas.
WBFF.
Yeah, that was like
But
NPC.
that was
It had its time. Yeah, at a point in time, I
It's
remember
like when you
watching
won
your.
it, it was
It
like
was
the
big,
thing,
bro.
dude.
It was
We had
so big.
66 oaks in our lineup.
Yeah, I
That's a
remember
lot
that.
of
That
guys,
was
bro.
It
wild.
was huge, bro. Like,
And where was it
for-
again?
It was at Carnival City.
Carnival City. Yeah, I remember. I was there. It
all
was
the guys
it was
that-
packed. It was packed. It was a
Quite a
dope-
few of our pros now on NPC are actually were pros in WBFF as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
No,
it's
100%.
basically it's just the people that look good at that point,
look good. Yeah,
one, and then they were the people that maintained it and then did well in
better and
NPC,
better.
obviously competing against the new people that came up.
Yo, but the NPC now, eh?
But we can't talk about Sibam without bringing up Brion, bro.
Brion.
Is that Brion?
Yeah,
It is Brion. It
he's
is.
got the shirt printed.
I was
in.
going to say, are you Sibam or Brion?
Obviously, I'm Brion.
They thick buddies.
Simply because I can relate to Brion. It's like,
Yeah.
You watch his YouTube videos when he gets pancakes and stuff.
yeah, I do.
I love those
do.
videos, bro.
I don't know. For me, obviously, I wouldn't say I see myself in Brion, but I can definitely like relate to him.
Well, he is more relatable for a black
For me,
guy.
for
A black guy is going to be more
100%.
relatable to a black guy.
100%. It's like also with Rev Diesel as well. Like I relate more to him. It doesn't mean I don't watch Sebum. I still watch Sebum's YouTube videos. I still watch his stories. I still follow him and everything. I'm a fan of Sebum. It's just said I'm more of a. If I had to pick between the two,
But I mean, that's also, relating back to culture is, I mean, Iron Man was obviously a well-received movie, but Black Panther was way more well-received in the black community.
100%.
Like, yes, the black community enjoyed Iron Man, sure. But obviously, when something that you relate to more comes out,
100%.
you're going to go enjoy it more.
Yeah. Nah, facts. Facts. 100%.
Yo, Black Panther did so well even in SA, dude. I don't know people I knew that were of color that were just watching it. Like these people wouldn't watch anything. But the moment Black Panther came, I'm like, I'm gonna go watch this.
Yeah.
Just
I
to
mean, it's
see,
a brilliant movie.
Just to see, like, oh, 'cause there's a black superhero. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
You know what? That actually kind of pertains to the statement I was going to make. So, like Fast and the Furious, they're dying out. So they say, we need to get in an artist, like a culture rapper that, like, the culture in America, the black culture obviously, relates to.
yeah.
So so then the black culture be like, yo, can you Ludacris is in the movie. How hectic, let's go watch it.
Yeah.
So they, that's cool that they had Ludacris in the movie. Whereas they didn't get Ludacris in the movie to be inclusive. They put Ludacris in the movie to make more money, to attack a different demographic as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Tyrese Gibson is also in there.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And he's also more for the culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they got Ludacris first though. He was in the second one, eh?
But
He was
Ludacris has
in-
been all of
he
them.
was
No,
in-
other than like Tokyo and those
Yeah.
ones.
He was in number 2.
Yeah, he started
only
first,
started
and
in
then
number
Tyrese.
2.
Yeah, they started at the same time actually.
They actually started in the same
literally,
movie.
Straight to your point, actually.
Yeah.
They
two
started
guys
in
of
the
colour in the
same
same
movie.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fast
Yeah, 'cause
And it
Furious
wasn't the studios being inclusive.
Nah,
It
it was
was
just
them putting in there to now get more of a market from somewhere
100%.
else.
They needed a storyline. They needed a different storyline. 'Cause
Even with
the
the
first
actors,
Fast
eh?
and Furious was basically just Paul Walker and Vin Diesel.
Yeah, it was just.
You know what I
them
mean?
two,
It was, it was- I'm not saying it wasn't like when it was bad. It
And
was
then
fucking
Latina.
dope.
Well, I don't
And
know
the-
his name.
What is it? Rodriguez.
Still don't know what the name is.
Is that
fact,
Vin
all
Diesel's?
those
Is that Vin
Latinas in
Diesel's
that
wife?
movie.
That
The
one?
woman in that movie
Yeah.
were just on point. Like,
Yes.
just say, let me just put that out.
Even
Yeah.
Gal Gadot was in there before she blew up with
Gal
Wonder
Gadot.
Woman.
Yes, Gal
Yes.
Gadot. But that's
Yes.
actually
Yeah, she
where
was in. Yeah, Fast and
I feel like
Furious
that's where she
4, I
actually
think.
got a big role.
Yeah,
It was
she
one of her big ones, yeah.
It was Fast 4, yeah.
Fast
Fast
But how do you feel about them still continuing these movies?
No, it must stop.
Dude, I haven't watched it since like 7.
I haven't watched
But
this
they're
since
doing now. I know number 10 now coming out now. They obviously looping it back, and it's got to do with Paul Walker coming
Bro.
back in.
Dude, at this
But
point,
obviously it's his brother.
Yeah,
but
it's
still,
disrespectful,
like,
eh?
bro, you.
Man,
The
it's
people have mourned this guy.
Dude.
The whole Furious family has mourned him. Now you still want to keep him in there.
No, but the
Like,
thing
you're not
is,
making-
so
there's
the
no point.
family probably owns the rights to Paul Walker. So they would have had to gone and got permission.
Yeah.
So it's the family that's also as much involved.
Well, the family's getting what? Probably $10 million or even more just to be like, listen,
Yeah, but
we're
I
going to
think-
put your dead son back in the movie.
Would you do that?
Here you go.
For $10 million?
For $10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Of
they just
course,
use it,
bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
My son was an actor. He was on these movies
Yeah.
anyway. Why
Nah.
not?
Yeah.
Doesn't he also
I
he has a
back
kid,
it.
right?
Also keeps his relevance and
Didn't he have a kid as well? No.
I'm sure he was
He's
old,
got
bro. He was
a
easily
no.
45.
If he
He's
has a
got a-
kid, I'm sure that makes
no,
more sense.
he's got a daughter.
Yeah, so that makes more
He's
sense.
got a daughter, but
She's gonna get all that money, probably.
she's like, she does her own thing. I watched the TikTok the one day of her. She's like does her own thing. She's not interested with what happens back home with
Yeah.
the movies. She's in. I think she's obviously in another country or wherever, but she's just like
doing her own
doing
thing,
her own thing.
living her
and
own life.
When everything comes her way, she'll accept it, but she's just to herself. So I think she's disconnected herself
Which is
from
okay.
that whole vibe.
That's okay.
That
like
kind
Marvel and Fast and Furious must make a collab, bro. At this
Dude,
point.
I thought at some point, I mean, they went to
That was
space.
supposed
and
Well,
to
that
stop,
they're
bro.
all owned by Disney.
Are you serious, really?
Are you sure?
I think Fast and Furious owned
Because
by
the stuff
Disney.
they do is like insane now, dude.
But
It's
Disney
space
owns like
cars.
everything,
It's
bro.
too much. I thought they were going to bring in Transformers in the next one.
Duh.
Like, I was like, yo,
I
They're
thought
going
it
to.
was Transformers. bro.
They're gonna bring it. Paul Walker is gonna be cruising in his Camaro SS. Next one he transforms into Bumblebee, bro.
like imagine Vin Diesel saying,
Autobots, roll out.
We're a family, bro.
Autobots, remember we're a family.
That's what you
What?
say, bro.
Do you guys remember that show? It was a cartoon where the guy in his car, then he would.
Mega 6RR.
Yes.
Yes, that's
Yes.
the one. Yes, yeah. You watch that?
Yes, that was
And
a
you used to like
dope
fast
movie.
food or something, and you go like,
Yeah,
in
dude, the blonde dude, yeah, I used to watch. That was a dope ass
Yo.
show, man.
There's
That
so
was
many nice
cool.
shows back then, bro. Like now you go to
Yeah.
Cartoon Network and there's nothing.
Nah, there's nothing.
It's like Nickelodeon has nothing.
But you see, that's what the kids are enjoying now. Because what I saw was, obviously, I was dating someone who had 2 kids, and I'd be watching these cartoons. I'm like, this is boring. Like what happened to Dexter's Laboratory?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those type of shows, you can even see like the animation has changed as well.
Yeah,
like
it's
for me,
different vibes,
it's not
bro.
appealing to me. You know what I mean? But
And
I
like
still
Rick
dig-
and Morty, do you guys watch that?
Ooh, I love Rick and Morty. Yeah,
Couldn't
you watch
get
it.
into
I love it, dude.
Couldn't get
So
into it.
so. I don't.
Dude,
I
it's
just like
just
the
so
plots.
clever, bro.
The plots
Yeah.
are so wild. Like it's so smart. I just said like some of the multi-dimensional plots there. You're like, wow, this guy like really thought about
Like,
this
yeah, exactly. So I don't know if you guys have you ever watched Community?
stuff.
It's on
What is that
Netflix.
on?
Netflix. So Dan
I think I've
Harmon,
seen
he's
it.
also the guy that made. Have you watched not the Good Place? Well, anyway, Community. He also made Rick and Morty. So
Has he
he's-
voiced them as well?
Yes.
I've seen a he does. He did,
No,
he did like
you're
all three.
thinking of Seth MacFarlane who
Oh,
does
might be that.
Family Guy.
No, there's one. It's the Rick and Morty guy. He does
Yes.
Rick and Morty voices. For all three.
Yes. So he
I think it's the
does.
same guy.
He does for like 2 or 3. Yeah.
I think he does the daughter and Morty or someone and Rick. I don't know.
No, not the daughter, bro.
Not the daughter. I just know there's one where the guy did all three, and
Yeah.
he was like, he was part of the creation of the show.
But that was like
taking-
Boondocks with
Is it?
with the chick, the black chick that acts in Miss Congeniality. Forgot her
Sandra
name.
Bullock.
Yeah, Sandra, but the black chick. Fuck, I forgot her name. I can't believe I forgot her name.
What's
Oh my
Sandra
God, that's
Bullock's
embarrassing.
You're saying the black version of Sandra
I was
Bullock?
just about.
or-
That's what I went. That's the reason I
No,
went.
no, no. So you know, I think it was in the second movie, the second Miss Congeniality.
yes.
The black chick,
Oh.
the supporting
Yes.
actress.
I
Yes,
thought because Chris was like
oh, I
Sandra
can't
Bullock.
believe
You're
I
like, yo,
forgot
but the
her
black chick.
Yeah, but that's
like
why
the
I was
black version of it.
No, not the black version. No, not the black version. No,
That's what it was,
can't
the
believe I
black
forgot her name. Oh my god! But yeah, she does Huey, she does Riley, and I think she does. Does she do the grandfather? No, she doesn't do the grandfather.
I doubt
But
it.
she does.
Must be a man that does that grandfather, bro.
Hey, yeah, I bet she does a few voices in that series for sure. Can't believe I forgot her name.
No, you're not
It's
gonna.
like
forget.
Tyler Perry as well. There's like I don't know how many, bro.
Bro, and Tyler Perry is so good, bro.
Oh my
No,
god!
he's
And he's
good,
a
yeah.
writer.
Like Us, he directed Us. He directed Get Out. He directed
no, that was Key and Peele. Wasn't that Key and Peele? Wasn't that?
That's Tyler. No, it's not.
No,
Sorry,
that's
not Tyler Perry.
yeah.
It's Peele
Key Peele.
Key.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's
those guys,
Key
the bald
Michael
guy,
Keel.
yeah, the bald guy, and then
The comedians.
Those comedians.
Yeah, sorry, so not Tyler Perry.
Forgotten
You see
their
Bradley
names, so-
Martin and Tyler Perry on his podcast.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hectic.
I mean, Tyler Perry's a billionaire, bro.
Yeah, he doesn't need
But
that.
apparently his work ethic is like insane.
Yeah.
It's
It's
apparently
really
like he
insane.
stays up to like 3 in the morning every day. Just
But I mean, those oaks
That's
on those
crazy.
levels, bro, they do.
You
They
got
all
to,
do that.
bro. At some point, do you even enjoy that? Like, do you even
No.
That's the
enjoy
thing. You haven't enjoyed like, what you've done.
At
what
that
you've
point, I
made.
feel like you're not even doing it for the world. You're just
No.
doing it because you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Did you see Kanye might get back in bed with Adidas, bro?
I saw it. I saw that.
That's
Adidas
wild.
is taking him back.
Well,
Well,
it's
then look
'cause
how
they
much
produce-
money. Look how much money they
Nah, he
lost.
bought
Also
them
'cause-
gang.
It's
He bought
also
them
because
gang.
they produce I don't know how much stock.
But do you
Yeah.
And
think
then they
people
cut the
are?
deal.
Do you think people,
It's-
as a
that loss is
society,
hectic.
people as a society are going to boycott Yeezys? Because
No.
of his anti-Semitic
Yes.
comments, I mean, he's racist towards his own like culture, bro. Like he's racist to like so many people.
The thing is, I think Kanye is just misunderstood at times.
Yeah.
So it's like Kanye, the one time he made this outlandish thing, he's like, slavery was a choice. Literally what he said.
Yeah.
And what he was actually getting at was that your mindset is a choice. He was getting that a lot of
Of
people.
staying stuck in that
a lot of
mindset
people
now.
within South Africa,
100%,
within
yeah.
USA, I find this. It's like, although we've been oppressed, you then go as the next generation and you still live in the mentality that your parents fought to get out of. Which is that oppressed mentality.
Yeah.
Because now let's say you get the opportunity to have good schooling, private education, but
100%.
you're still living in that mindset.
Of
Putting
being
yourself in that
enslaved.
mindset is going to ripple out to every other fact of your life.
Yeah.
You're not
But
gonna be
how
as
do you? How
successful.
would you get out of that?
I think it's
If it's still kind of happening, bro.
Self-awareness,
You can't,
yeah.
but you can't tell me racism and that segregation still isn't happening. Obviously
yeah,
at a
100%.
smaller scale, but it's still
100%.
happening.
No, I
But-
still have.
so-
So
what I
like
say
it's
is-
tough to get out of something that you're still experiencing.
So in my head, it's like, so let's say a normal person goes into a situation and they have this mindset that, you know, all the stuff's prevalent, which it is. But if you now rationalize every decision that's made off
Yeah.
race, you're perpetrating that in every facet of your life.
Yeah.
If you don't get that job interview, it's because I'm of a certain color.
Yes.
But if you
Yeah.
go in an abundance mindset and you say, you know what, I didn't get the job purely because I just wasn't skilled enough.
prepare.
Unless they tell you otherwise.
Yes.
Like if they just say no, sorry, don't automatically maybe assume it's
Yeah.
race.
Yeah.
100%.
Because those things will fix everything in your life. You're not
No,
going to be
yeah.
successful because then you're not going to look at yourself internally and be like, okay, you know what? Maybe I didn't get this because I wasn't speaking properly.
I wasn't
Yeah.
prepared enough.
Yes. Because it's
Or
like a
wasn't
get out
confident
card, not
or-
to get anything in life. And it's same in my culture, same in anything. It's like
Yeah.
corruption. Like I have family that goes, they can't get in certain positions of corruption.
Yeah.
And we'll have arguments. We'll be like, guys, if you still living in that mindset that everything is just because of corruption, you're going to forever just perpetrate that.
Yes.
Try and
Yeah.
get out of it. There are ways to get out of it.
Get out of
Yes.
it. Yeah,
Anything
100%.
That's almost it's extreme ownership.
Yeah.
So It's the same way if I have a fight with someone. Maybe it was my fault that we had a fight.
So I'm like
if
that.
I'm late for a meeting, maybe I should have just looked how much traffic there was and gone a bit earlier. It's
100%.
my fault for being stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
It's not.
Just own your shit, bro.
Yes.
It's just simply own your shit. Just own your shit. And I feel like people make the excuse of race to make themselves feel better, when in actual fact it's doing worse for you. It's doing bad for you. You know?
I'm not saying that the after effects of this thing is not still seen.
No.
It's
Yeah,
still
we're not
very much
saying that.
there.
No. 100%.
It's just that
Not
it's
saying
that the one thing in your life you have control from the time you're born to the time you're dead,
Yes.
you die, is your mindset.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
one can change.
And you see, these are stoic thoughts, and Andrew Tate is preaching a lot of these type
That's
of
what I'm
things.
saying, yeah.
He's preaching a lot of these type of mindsets.
Yeah.
So those kind of things that he preaches are good, but maybe the stuff about women not so good.
Yeah,
No.
not at all. No, not at all.
For me, as I said, it's like delivery. I mean, we were talking about it before, about like he'll be like, yeah, that's my bitch or that's my property.
Yeah.
When a good guy or a good man will be, that's my girl, you know, and then
Yeah.
that's okay. That's okay to
Yes.
say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as I said, the delivery is just for the views and the likes.
Go watch the podcast or the interview with Piers Morgan and Andrew
Fuck that
Tate.
guy. But anyway,
No, yeah, but watch that guy, especially in this interview, bro. He's such an idiot.
Oh yeah, he was
Really?
hectic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can just always see he's always just trying to ask a question to catch him out, and he never catches him out. It's so cool, actually.
He's a top G, boy.
Yeah, but
You won't catch him out.
because he's so clever, bro.
Yeah.
So,
player.
But cheers.
yes.
like chess
And he
player.
played, like, Pierce had him on again afterwards, but go watch that original interview. And the way Andrew conducts himself and how he explains himself is really good. And a lot of how he explains, you know, like Pierce would play a clip of what Andrew said, like a hectic, outlandish statement.
Yeah.
Then he'll be like, well, what did you mean by this? And then Andrew will explain himself. And he explains himself so well
well.
that he gets himself out of what he said.
Yeah, it makes it okay.
And the
For me, it's
second
like
interview
a
sort of-
Piers Morgan interview with someone like Mike Tyson wouldn't
Yeah.
go down well. Like
Because
at all.
Mark Tyson will knock him the fuck
knock
out,
him the
bro.
Pierce all he does is interrupt people,
Yeah,
actually.
100%. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Andrew Tate one was very bad. Like he had an agenda, he was just pushing it. Then the second interview is like a whole different dynamic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
How was it in the
Did you
second-
watch that Pierce's interview with Kanye? Yo, Kanye was crazy on that one, bro.
I
They were
think Kanye's
shouting
crazy.
at him.
I love
Yes.
it, bro.
But it wasn't in person. It wasn't in person. It was over
hilarious.
Skype, whatever.
Kanye is
But it
just-
was funny, bro. Kanye was
Like
off his
going in.
rocker on that day.
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy? Is
Like, no
we
men
always
to
say
take him
Kanye
that
is
day.
crazy. That guy built $1 billion company.
No, but it is, bro.
he's
He is
You
mad.
know
Genius.
He's fucking
the
cool.
correspondence between, you know, genius and crazy.
yeah, no, it's up there.
It's up there,
proper.
bro.
It's
If you look at
congruent.
all the greats in history
Congruent.
of like those hectic greats,
Yeah.
they were also
They were viewed as
they were
crazy.
crazy,
They
bro.
were viewed as crazy. I mean, I feel like it's like love and hate. It's it's up
Similar
there.
emotions.
Very similar emotions.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, Elon, bro, you can't tell me that guy's not cooked.
He's cooked. But look
Have
at
you
it.
seen what he's
The
done at
genius.
Twitter though? Like he's late. There was a
It looks like
picture.
he's ruined it.
Dude, there's a picture of a woman in a sleeper bag. That same chick, the same woman. He fired her yesterday.
Oh, my word.
He's like,
Nah, I
he's the
think
king
he's
of
also
trolls,
off
bro.
his- He's off
literally-
his-
and
he's off his
it's so
trees.
crazy that he can literally like control markets with just one sentence
Yeah,
on Twitter.
yeah.
You will have an investment in something. You'll say, no, I love this investment.
But that's illegal.
yeah, it
That is illegal.
But he's somehow got around that whole
So
thing.
you can go and
Yeah, like he was like
He
Dogecoin, bro.
manipulates- Yeah,
Like
he made-
Bitcoin. Well, I mean, he says
was
something
lit for a
about
whole year.
Dogecoin and then Bitcoin skyrockets.
He listed it for a whole year. Then if you look at his portfolio, he was investing in it just before he said it.
But if you got so much money, you just pay off anybody because,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not saying he did, but if you've got that kind of money and then you're the biggest donor to this political party, then you start getting a say in what the political party does, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're paying your way through
Power.
through your agenda.
It's literally
Power.
power. Literally
100%.
power,
But
man.
he did it. Twitter was just mad, dude. The amount of people he laid off. I was like, yo, this is wild. Like,
Yeah,
very
man.
wild.
Man's clued up, boy.
Yeah.
Twitter is definitely like the smokers section of social media. Like Twitter's
wild.
wild.
So
Yeah,
back
it
in
is.
Twitter,
Like I
yo.
can't delete it. It's just some of the stuff I see on
Like
there.
that whole Dubai scandal went on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's how the whole thing came up. But they're taking our escorts here and then
Nah,
doing
Twitter's-
this thing.
Twitter's
the mad
intense,
things
boy.
on there.
My favorite thing with Twitter is I'll go onto Twitter just for all the ESCOM notifications go on there.
Yo,
You, just you click on the comment section and you just
it's a wild.
you check all of the stuff.
Bro.
Oh, I won't lie, I've been guilty of it. Not that it's gonna get seen, because people are like, you must be careful what you say on there, and I'm like, bruh, do you think ESCOM honestly have the time to go look at this stuff? Because there are people who are like, my stuff is just, you guys are corrupt. Sort your shit out. You check the other comments on there, and you're like, Nah, mine will post.
A lot of those comments are like, bro, if your boss sees that,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose your job.
100%.
There's like
No, 100%.
How do you move like
there's
that?
like
intense
some
shit
point
in
blank racism on
Yeah,
there, bro.
but you see,
Facebook
but that's what
as
I'm
well.
saying.
Facebook as well.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, my issue is that they use the government to push their own racist agenda to make it almost like okay to be racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like between the government, that's dope. That movie, I hate the fucking government.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I
just
mean?
don't get the
But you can
point.
push your agenda without bringing race into it. You know
Yeah.
what I
I
mean?
just don't get the point of people. Like, why take 20 minutes or 30 minutes of your energy and put it into a
I
post
used to do that.
and then argue about it? I
Yes.
never got it. It's like,
Are you in a healthier mindset in your life now?
100%.
oh, yeah, he's definitely-
100%. 100%. Like, I see some stuff and I'll start my reply. And be like,
Yeah, you know, 'cause it's not
don't
worth
need
it.
this. I don't need this in my
Yeah,
life. Like,
you're the top G. You're the top G
You
with
know what
that
I mean?
stuff.
And
boy.
that's what it
But
relates to,
nothing
bro.
wrong.
It relates. Most of those comments are people that are unhappy with their lives.
and
Yeah.
got time, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, think about like your energy. If you even in a job where you're applying
Yeah,
to those things,
no.
like your minds are taking off that task.
Yeah.
And
you're
it's
now putting it
negative
to that.
energy that's now going to go into.
negative.
You got like a
Yeah.
battery in a day now. All of your emotions just getting put out into that post.
100%.
It's like same thing with talking to like someone you're fighting with over a phone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. He's doing his essays and stuff.
Dog,
Right?
you write books now. It's like even more like.
It's like energy you don't need to spend on these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, for
Yo,
sure.
like you at the call center, like I ordered checkers to deliver food to my house.
Yeah.
So then they say, okay, they're going to pick it up between this hour. Then 2 hours later, every hour just kept moving the delivery to the next hour. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So it's like 4 hours after the food was supposed to arrive. Luckily, it wasn't Uber Eats. If Uber Eats comes 4 hours late, I would have a heart attack. But it was just groceries for the day, for the week. So then I phone. And I start seeing myself get upset with this lady. I'm like, she's not the one delivering the food. Why am I getting upset with her?
100%
Like,
not her.
relax.
And she's not in the shop either. Because
Yes.
where
She's
I
just
work,
looking at her system. She can't do anything. Why am
she
I
can't
getting
do
upset
anything.
with this chick?
Literally can't do. Because I'm in the shops all day with work. And you literally see the people, like, obviously in the shops, they like almost bash into you because
Yes.
they're like running
They're
to get-
racing, bro.
They're racing because they got a time limit. You know, you hear when you go into chicken like ding ding ding, like so they got a time limit
Yeah,
to get
I've
the
checked
food,
those
get
oaks
it
on those
packed,
trolleys. They
get it
move,
into
boy.
get it
Hey,
in-
those guys drive wild,
and they
bro.
also, those oaks also just
They're like taxis, bro.
like they have the time.
Yeah.
They do have a time limit. So the fact that your food came or your groceries came like 4 hours
Yeah, it's
late
ridiculous.
is actually wild because I'm
It
sure
was
that-
probably because
That was
a
ready
guy
to be
packed it, and then another driver was going to be assigned the
Yeah.
food,
Yeah,
and
it
then
was probably
somehow the
was a
system
mix-up
of
of some-
Checkers 60 app, whatever, threw off the delivery time. It
Yeah.
wasn't actually anything to do with those oaks rushing,
nah,
like the drivers or the packers or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
because the driver probably got there in time. It's just
No, those
4
oaks,
hours
bro,
after.
those oaks deliver, and
But it's also
they
run
risk
very
their
well,
lives
eh?
to do it.
Yeah, it's run very well. Like
Yeah.
Woolworths and them. Apparently Pick and Pay was
is
a mess.
struggling. It's
Yeah,
a
they
mess.
messed it up.
It's a mess. For me, it's like, dude, with Pick and Pay, it starts from the management, bro.
But Pick
Yeah.
and
They
Pay
have
in
to-
South Africa's gone downhill, eh?
Dude, it's
Big
complete
downhill.
So
Complete,
downhill.
It's so Checkers has raised up. I remember
Yeah.
like Pick and Pay was better than Checkers, I think, growing
Yes.
up.
Bro.
And now Checkers, dude, it's up,
Checkers
like,
is nice, bro.
It's nice.
I love Checkers,
Yeah.
dude.
I love
Also
going
do.
to Checkers.
Yeah.
Dude, they have
Even Spar's been in Pick and Pay now.
Nah,
Yeah.
for sure. Because for me, it's like
Like, Pick and
Checkers
Pay
has
is so
those
bad.
promotions on things you actually need.
Yeah.
Like Pick and Pay will have
Like
like
that extra savings card.
that extra saving. Dude, that thing is like the like.
But
the,
no, I never
those-
take my wallet anywhere, so I never have my extra savings card because
So
I'm
what I
always
did
tapping
is-
with my phone.
So
yeah,
what
you
I did is
see.
I took the card number and they take the 4 digits. 'Cause I always also don't take my wallet, I use my phone. So now when I go, it's like I tell them I'll give you my card number. They put it in the system and I get that.
But
savings.
that takes
Okay,
long.
there you go.
it takes like I
does
think.
take long.
Bro, it takes long.
Or your
That's why I
ID
don't do it
number.
anymore.
No, so
Or your
the
ID
first
number.
8 numbers are all generic. Then
Yo,
your
no,
last
I've
4
got mine and I've done
yeah.
it before.
Oh yeah.
But it just took
Oh,
too
'cause you
long.
read-
I was
read
like,
the
I will
numbers.
pay 3 rand more for
Yeah,
this
I
total
get you.
order.
I was at the point the other day where I was like, because you got all the numbers wrong. I'm like, leave it.
Never mind.
I was like, show me it. Like, just it's fine. It's okay.
But for me, it's like if you're making a big grocery purchase, that's when it. I think
Yo, when you save like $100, it's like,
yeah, I
yeah.
saved like $120 the other day shopping for the.
You know what's cocky expenses? Uber Eats, bro.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's-
the things
that's
you don't realize
ridiculous,
that thing.
bro.
You're just ordering.
You're like, ah,
And
it's
like-
only 250 rand, only 300.
Yeah,
But then you're
it's
like,
ridiculous.
wait, that's the 5th time this week.
Dude, it adds
I
up.
didn't realize like shit. I actually spent a couple K just on food. This week.
Nah, it definitely adds up, man. It adds up, bro. Shit.
Oh, well, guys, that was a dope chat.
Yeah,
Actually, a
sick.
dope
Yeah,
chat.
thank you,
It was a
boys.
dope
Thanks
chat.
for joining.
us on.